So for this video, we're going to focus on how do we find the exact value of a trig expression here. So before we get started with this, you do need to understand the trig relationships that I have listed right over here. You also need to have a unit circle available to you. So this video is not going to focus on how do you create the unit circle, how do you build that. This is with the assumption that you have a unit circle in front of you or you know how to create it, and we're going to focus on how do we apply this to finding the exact value here. So first example, we are talking about sine of 270 times cosecant of 45. So go to your unit circle and look up sine of 270. Right? If you go to your unit circle and you look up sine of 270, right? So that's going to give you the point 0, -1. Keep in mind that sine is the y value for that. So sine of 270 is simply going to be the -1, right? Sine 270 again refers to the point 0, -1, but sine is only the y, so we are grabbing the -1. And we're going to multiply this times cosecant of 45. Now, if we look at cosecant of 45, you would go to the angle 45 on your unit circle. Angle 45 on your unit circle, the point for that is square root of 2, 2, square root of 2, 2. So that is the angle, or that is the trig value for cosecant, or for 45 here. Now, cosecant of 45, cosecant is 1 over y, right? So that's what I need to input into this. 1 over the y value, which would be 1 over square root of 2 over 2. Which, when we simplify that, 1 over square root of 2 over 2 is really 2 over square roots of 2 is what that would be when we simplify that. Now, if you want to go ahead and rationalize the denominator before throwing that into our problem, we would want to rationalize this by multiplying it by square root of 2 over square root of 2. This is going to give us square roots of 2 square roots of 2 in the numerator. Square root of 2 times square root of 2 is just a 2, which we can see our 2's are going to cancel out here, leaving us with a square root of 2. So again, sine of 270 is the -1. It's the y value for 270 on your unit circle. Cosecant of 45 is a square root of 2. Again, we pulled that by looking up angle 45 and then doing the cosecant relationship 1 over y, simplifying that to get square root of 2. Now we can actually calculate this and do -1 times square root of 2. So sine 270 times cosecant 45 is equal to negative square roots of 2. Let's take a look at a very similar example then. Over here we have cosecant pi over 2 plus cosine pi over 3. Again, your unit circle should have your degree and your radian measures on your unit circle. So in order to do this problem, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look up pi over 2 on our unit circle. And if we look up pi over 2 on our unit circle, that is the point 0.01. We want to find cosecant of that. Cosecant is 1 over y. So 1 over our y value, which happens to be a 1 here. So cosecant pi over 2 is a 1. And we're going to add that to cosecant pi over 3, which means go to pi over 3 in your unit circle. That point is a 1/2, and then a square root of 3 over 2. We want the cosine of that. Cosine is the x value, so it is the 1/2. So cosecant pi over 2 is a 1. Cosine pi over 3 is a 1/2. All we got to do is add these together, so that's 1.5 or 3/2 as a fraction. In order to do cotangent of a -300, so we need to take a look at what angle we're actually looking at here. Keep in mind that it's negative, so we're going to be starting here and going clockwise. So what we're actually going to do here, what we're looking for, if we go clockwise 300 degrees, again, keep in mind a full rotation is 360. So we're going all the way around here and only having 60 degrees here left. So the angle that we're actually talking about here, then, so 300 all the way around here, this angle here that we're talking about is actually the same thing as had we gone 60 degrees up here. Again, this piece is 60, this piece over here, the full thing is 300. This point right here is what we're looking at. Again, you're going clockwise 300 degrees, which leaves us at this point here. Now that point right there, according to our unit circle, is 1/2 square root of 3 over 2. We're asked to find cotangent of that. Cotangent is x over y. So our x value is the 1/2 over, or divided by, I'm going to go ahead and write it as a division, of square root of 3 over 2 here. Which, again, rules of division, keep the first one, change to multiplication, flip the second fraction. We're able to cancel out the 2's here, leaving us with a 1 in the numerator and a square root of 3 in the denominator. Rationalize the denominator, multiply by square root of 3 over square root of 3. Up top, 1 times square root of 3 is square root of 3. Down bottom, square root of 3 times square root of 3 is a 3. So cotangent of negative 300 is square root of 3 over 3. Now when we look at something like tangent of 31 pi over 3, 31 pi over 3 is a large angle here. So keep in mind when we have large angles, we want to find the comparable coterminal angle. Let's find the angle that relates to it between 0 and 2 pi, right, within one loop of our unit circle. So you want to take 31 pi over 3, subtract 2 pi until you get something within 0 and 2 pi. If you need a little bit more elaboration on that, look up one of my videos that talks about how to determine the coterminal angle for that. Otherwise, if we keep subtracting 2 pi from this, tangent of 31 pi over 3, coterminal angle to 31 pi over 3 would be pi over 3 would be the coterminal angle for that. So we really just need to find tangent of pi over 3. Now again, if we go to our unit circle, we're looking for angle pi over 3. The point for pi over 3 is actually the same thing that we got over here. It is the 1/2 square root of 3 over 2. Here we are finding tangent, so we want y over x. So we want to take the y value, square root of 3 over 2, over, divided by the x value, which is 1/2. Again, throw this in your calculator, calculate it by hand, keep the first, change the symbol, flip the second one, cancel out the 2's, and we are left with square root of 3 over 1, or simply a square root of 3.